Hi YouTube, Joel here from Jonesy's, and we're kicking off a new project today. It's a one owner 1973 Chevrolet Camaro, currently 350 automatic, and we are going to swap in an LS, Art Morrison subframe, Detroit Speed mini tubs, and all the good stuff. Stick around for that video next. Here's what we're starting with. Like I said, one owner car. It has not been on the road. It's just been in storage since 1992. So it was running and driving well when it was parked, and it just got parked at that point in time. So it's it's all complete. It's there. It had a vinyl top on it at one point in time, and that got removed to uncover some of the rust, and it's got a little bit in the top there. But we're gonna go back. The plan is to go back to the original green color with the black vinyl top. So all that stuff is gonna get fixed, and then it'll get covered up with the vinyl top. It has had some fender benders. You can see right over here, there's some, looks like some pretty heavy body filler in this rear quarter. But all in all, this rig is pretty good shape considering how old it is. So interior wise, it's complete. It's got some trim that's missing, but again, not a big deal. So seats kind of deteriorating a little bit. It's a LT model, a type LT. Not sure what that exactly means in terms of trim packages, but it's all gonna get refurbished back to mostly resto rod type status. Like this build is gonna look very stock on the outside, stock color vinyl top, obviously big wheels, big brakes, and then nice upgrades on the interior. Center console will have to get modified a little bit because this is now gonna be a 6-speed. We sourced a 2011 Camaro SS with a 6.2 liter and the 6-speed. So that's given up its powertrain to go into this. It's a non-power window car, which is okay with me. But otherwise, this is a 350, turbo 350 transmission, and it's all complete. So we are going to start, get this thing running for one, and then we've already pressure washed the heck out of it so that we can try to keep it as clean as possible. So this rig is gonna get completely disassembled, meticulously disassembled, and then we're gonna build it all, meaning put the Art Morrison subframe on, get the LS installed, and do a full complete mock-up on this rig, and then take it all the way apart again to do the body paint and interior, and then final assembly. So this car is probably going to be built start to finish approximately 3 times, with assembly, disassembly, test fit, modification, all sorts of all that good stuff. So anyway, we've started to accumulate a whole pile of parts. We went shopping. So this is our exhaust. We've got wiring harness. We've got Art Morrison subframe. Like, we've accumulated a whole bunch of parts and pieces for this build. And so enough of me talking about it. Let's get it backed into the shop and we'll start disassembling everything. Man, if you guys could smell the smell of that exhaust, it is unmistakable old gas, stinky smell. So we were able to get this thing running. We had to clean the points off and put a fuel pump in, and then obviously get some fresh gasoline in there. But even with the fresh gasoline, holy smokes. I don't know if it's just the varnish in the tank. It just smells really bad. But this engine, you know, after sitting for so long, it started right up and sounded really good. So we, like I said, we pressure washed it really well underneath, try to get it as clean as we can so that it's not contaminating. We're not dealing with grease and grime and stuff like that with our new parts and pieces. So got it backed in on the lift here. We'll get the stand set up and get this thing taken apart. Here's the new subframe for the 73 Camaro, direct from Art Morrison. The quality that those guys produce is top notch. You can see just the welds are really good. The mandrel bent rectangular tubing is really nice. They're conscientious about where they put the seams, and it's all just really, really well designed, well built, well executed, really top of the line parts and pieces. So some of the things that we kind of modified a little bit, these are Corvette spindles. We had them re-drilled to accept the correct Camaro bolt pattern so that it's all standard and it's not the metric pattern. So we had that taken care of. Upgraded to the Willwood brakes, or the big brakes in the front. And then obviously it's got rack and pinion steering and coilovers. So the next step, since we've already got the old engine out, is to take this. Now this is the 6.2 liter LS out of a 2011 Camaro, and it has been souped up. So we're gonna take it out of the package here and take it off of our little makeshift forklift stand and get this engine set into that subframe, and then hopefully hung back underneath of the Camaro for continued mock-up. Here we've got the engine set in the new Art Morrison subframe. Some things we had to do to get that to work is the factory 2011 Camaro oil pan wouldn't clear, so we swapped over to the Holly version of the muscle car conversion, LS conversion oil pans. We may end up changing how the alternator is mounted. It's pretty tight to those power steering lines, but there should be plenty of room to get fittings off of that rack to come up to our pump. So that's good. Had to fabricate a different mount for that training cross member. The one that they provided was the wrong bolt pattern for that. The next thing that we're going to do is we'll have to take this shifter off because we're not exactly sure where this is going to land in the floor pan. So Art Morrison supplied the conversion aluminum mounting plates. Those went in just fine. So everything bolted right up just like it was made for it. So that's good. So let's get this thing set on a pallet. We'll move it down to the car and we will get it set, bolted up to the body. got the subframe underneath the car now, and Art Morrison supplies these really nice solid bushings along with the other half to go in. And what we're gonna do is we will line up with the middle, that one there, the middle support, lower it down, and we've got the rear portion of the subframe on a little unidolly, and the front is supported with floor jack so that we can wiggle things forward, back to get everything lined up. So let's go ahead and put this body down on this subframe. So Art Morrison does a really good job of providing some really nice detailed instructions, but it appears that they may have gotten this one a little bit wrong, and I'll have to confirm that with their tech guys. So this front core support, which is this piece here, it shows the radiator core support there, then the bushing and the indexing ring, we'll call it, this piece right here, they show that going into the core support. But the core support hole is enormous, and it wouldn't index. So I believe they sized the subframe so that indexing ring is meant to go like that. That just makes more sense. It seems to fit much better in that configuration than the way they have it drawn. We are just slowly coming down, trying to get everything, the front and everything, to kind of touch at the same time. That's why we have this, that's why we got this floor jack here in the front, so that we can kind of adjust the pitch of everything to get all of the mounts to line up. And now we're getting that middle bolt centered up on that mid mount, and then once we get that centered up, everything else should pretty much line up. So this one is not quite lined up yet, so we'll take a punch, and you can see, maybe you can see, the punch is offset just a little bit, but not by much. Well, that's going to wrap up this video. The next video, we're going to go over mini tub installation, rear suspension, 4-link installation, as well as radiator mock-up and some of the other LS engine swap details. So make sure you guys subscribe, hit the like button, and thanks for watching.